The light heavies are in the octagon. Let's get to the tail of the tape here. Tyson Pedro, 26 years old. Saparbeg Safarov is 31. Pedro, the taller man by 2 inches. He will have a 1-inch reach advantage against Saparbeg Safarov. All right, now for the official introductions, we turn it over to the venerable Bruce Buck.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Perth Arena down under in Perth, Western Australia for UFC 221, Romero versus Rockhold. And now, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a wrestler holding a professional record, 8 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 204 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Makhachkala, Russia, Saparbeg Safarov. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 6 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Sydney, Australia, Tyson Pedro! And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Peter Hickmott.
Peter Hickmott, our referee for this one. Red De La Cruz getting us started for round 1. Just the 3rd full training camp for Tyson Pedro without a job on the side, and the results have certainly picked up given that attention to detail. He spent a lot of time at Jackson Wink MMA in the past, not so much for this training camp, but fully plans to get back to Albuquerque, New Mexico in the not too distant future. All right, Safarov in red, the prohibitive favorite, Tyson Pedro in black.
I'm curious who comes out and initiates in this first round. Both these guys really good with the power hand, but I like Tyson Pedro's jab to start out with. Wow, that's a leg kick.
Good sign for Safarov early as he tries to control Tyson Pedro here on the ground.
See Pedro trying to get to the fence where he can back walk and get up.
Safarov, master of sport and wrestling and combat sambo. Been in this position a lot in his lifetime.
Sambo, a lot of leg locks, good positioning, a lot of big throws. Tyson Pedro able to get back to his feet. There he is. Nice angling off the cage, good footwork. It's not just about getting underhooks and pummeling and stopping the takedown. Angle to get out of that position, that's what he did.
Pedro, 6 pro wins, all of them in round 1, the longest of which 4 minutes and 10 seconds against Paul Craig last March at UFC 209 in Vegas.
You see what Safarov's doing? He's not committing with the takedown. He's waiting for a leg kick and reacting off that.
Safarov loaded up on that left hand, nothing doing.
Easy telegraph on that. See if Tyson Pedro sticks behind the jab instead of the kicks, because that's what Safarov is looking for the takedown. Both attempts have been off kicks. Nice right hand. It's grazed the ear. Another good one.
Safarov's got a hell of a chin as he returns fire. About 2 minutes gone, round 1. There's a shot, a wayward run from Safarov, nothing to it.
No setup on that takedown. Dove from the outside. Another good right hand. And the power disparity very evident here. Tyson Pedro definitely more heavy-handed so far.
And a nice kick to the top of that lead leg from Pedro to Safarov.
Safarov, his physical position is one of a counter puncher or someone waiting to set up a takedown.
Nice uppercut from Safarov, followed it up with a stiff left. Just over 2 minutes here to go in round 1 of a possible 3.
Another good right to the temple. Safarov swinging back hard.
Big knee from Tyson Pedro.
We talked about the chin of Safarov. You were right. Ooh, this guy's got a chin on him. The problem is, but when it hasn't been off a leg kick or a body kick, the takedown hasn't been set up well. It's kind of, he's just diving after it. It's not going to work on a guy like Pedro, who has good reflexes for this size.
That was back. To the back of the head.
A little surprised we didn't see a break there. Referee was on it, but he lets the action keep going. Going for a switch position. It's hard to do when the head's on that side. Now we can. Now going for the Kimura trap. Nice one. Ending up on top. He might get it. This is bad. Stepping over the head. That's it.
Yes, he did. Tyson Pedro by submission. Wow.
In a fight that looked like it was going to be a kickboxing match, he gets the Kimura finish. Beautiful roll through, stayed on top. And you'll see in the replay that step over the head. That was beautiful. Love seeing that.
And Pedro certainly earned that standing ovation from the masses here in Perth. Jimmy, talk us through the finish.
Ended up with a Kimura sweep right here. He ends up catching the arm. Went for the switch briefly right here. That's a switch going underneath the leg. Then he goes for the Kimura. There's the switch position. It's hard to do with the heads on that side. And then look at this, right to the Kimura sweep. Bang. From this point, there's no choice for Safarov but to roll forward. And once he's on top, now watch the left leg. When that hooks the head, that's when you really get your hips in on it, and it is over. Excellent technique on that sweep. Great patience with it, and never lost top position. He didn't get over anxious. He remembered to step the leg over. A lot of people forget that step. And there's a tap with the right hand. That is all she wrote. Another finish in the first round for Tyson Pedro.
And this is a credentialed Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. We mentioned the black belt in Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. 5th career win by submission for Tyson Pedro. 71% of his pro wins by submission, and a big one tonight against Saparbeg Safarov. To make it official, we go inside to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Peter Hickbott has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 54 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by submission due to a Kimura, Tyson Pedro!
Perth, Western Australia. How about the deafening roar for Tyson Pedro? Sean Sullivan just said that is one dangerous man. No argument for me. Congratulations on a huge win tonight, my friend.
Man, thanks for making noise, Perth. First time here, awesome reception. How bad is this? I told you we're gonna come put on a show even though Rob wasn't here. How you liking it so far? Hectic.
You certainly got this pay-per-view off to a rousing start. We're gonna show you the highlights, Kimura sweep, and eventually Safarov was forced to tap. Talk us through the transition, if you would.
Man, we haven't practiced Kimuras at all, but he was just real low on it, and I felt he wasn't grabbed on there. Yeah, thought he was getting tapped, so I stepped over and he cranked it right back. See, he's got pretty hard hits for a dad bod.
There have been a lot of expectations placed upon you from the minute you stepped inside this octagon. You have lived up to them largely every step of the way. You came in number 13 in the world. How soon might you get back in here?
I'm actually holding an injury at the moment. On to the next, but I'm a simple man, so I'm gonna go home, make love to my wife, go real fast on my motorbike, drink a generous amount of beer, get that title, get 1 million followers, and get on the Joe Rogan podcast. Mic drop.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tyson Pedro!